Do you want to grow your small business, but you don't know how to get in front of new customers, stay in front of your existing customers, or how to promote your business, your product, or your service outside of your store or your website? Well, today we're going to talk about something really important, and that's email marketing. We're going to talk about the how, the why, and the how to collect email addresses, how to make this all work very simply and very inexpensively. My name is Jill Fox, and I'm the owner of Fox Social Media, and I've been helping businesses, practices, and brands to both market and grow online for the past 15 years. So I'm really excited to share these tips with you today. So first of all, email marketing is where you send helpful or promotional emails to people that are in your audience or they're your ideal client who have given you permission. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But you're basically doing this to stay in touch, to share value, whether it be how to use that product they bought, or whether it's tips for the industry that you work in, or any kind of thing that will help and be interesting to your ideal client. So you also use them to promote your products, your services, your sales, your coupons, whatever else it might be. However, you're going to keep that to about 20% of your emails and not more, because it's like watching commercials. People don't want to do it. So why use email marketing? So email marketing gives you the chance to have your very own list of your customers and clients. And when you're working with social media, that can be great, but the social media platforms own your audience. And all it takes, and I've seen this happen, is one flip of a switch and they've shut your channel down, whether it be your Instagram account or anything. And many times it is by no fault of the person who got it shut down. It is a nightmare. So do not make social media the only place that you market or the only way you have access to your own clients, customers, and potential clients and customers. So the other thing is that people actually see your emails most of the time. So when you're on social media and you post something, and you might think, oh, everybody follows me, sees it. No, they don't. So all the different platforms have an algorithm which determines who sees what. And people that follow you see, maybe 2 or 3% of what you post. And that's when they're actually paying attention to their feed and they're, not scrolling so fast they skip right over it. So that's not an ideal system of outward communication to your clients, customers, or potentials. That being said, it's still really important. It's an important piece, and people are going to check you out online on social media. So it's still an important piece, but don't think that's where you're going to do all your marketing from. It isn't. So the beauty of email, as we just talked about, is that people actually see it. The open rate of your emails is going to be far higher than the percentage of people who actually see your posts online. And again, you own this list, so nobody can take it away from you or say, oh, my bot says that you did something wrong and we're shutting you down. That can't happen. The other thing with email marketing, if done right, it builds trust over time. So let's say you are selling a product or a supplement that helps with weight loss. Now you are sending information that's valid, that's proven, that's healthy to your audience to help them lose weight. And not all of it, and most of it doesn't deal with your product or your supplement. So you're going to be talking about things like nutrition, exercise, positive mindset, all the different things that can help them. And if you are filling in those gaps missing in their plan, you're really helping them, and they're going to grow to trust you, and they're going to feel, a sense of connection with you. And so that's super important. It also gives you the ability to do announcements, updates, sales, promotions, any kind of reminders, if there's a deadline for something or you're launching a new product. And one of the best things you can share on both social and email are stories. So let's say that Mary has used your product for a year and Mary's lost 75 pounds. Well, if Mary feels comfortable and you can do a short little interview with her and before and after pictures, oh my gosh, that's one of the best things you can possibly share is one of your client or customers' stories. And that will motivate people and get them interested far more than pretty much anything else. So your email list is a list of people who have given you their email address. They want to hear from you, but they also have the ability to unsubscribe at any time. And when you use a legitimate email program like the one I'm going to recommend to you, everything's built in. That what they call one-click unsubscribe button is at the bottom of every email. So they're meeting all the regulations that go with email marketing. And unsubscribe is great. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't want people on my list that aren't interested. I'm happy to have them voluntarily take themselves off. If they see my small business marketing information and they're not interested, that's not a field that it's not helpful to them, or they decide, they would go into a different field, teaching or something, I'm happy they take themselves off. There's a few reasons for that. And one is it helps with your open rates because a disinterested person isn't going to open your emails. And two, you typically pay for your email marketing platform based on the size of your email list. So that's another advantage to having them come off of there. I want my list tailored and tight and only people who are really interested. So how do you get this darn email list? Well, obviously you're going to get it from your clients, your customers, the people who've already bought from you, as long as they give you permission, as long as, if they've given you their email, then, they're basically giving you permission to reach out to them. Again, make sure that you have that email unsubscribe link at the bottom of every single email. So if they are like, oh wait, I gave it to you, I didn't realize I was going to get all these emails or whatever, change their mind, they can easily click the unsubscribe button. So how do you get other people though? How do you get those potential people? Well, you take a really hard look at your industry, your product, your service. You look at the people you serve. What is something that you can give them that's a digital, like a PDF, that you can just email to them, that is free to make, free to send, and is amazing to your audience and totally worthless to everybody else? Again, we talked about you don't want those other people on your email list. So you only want the people that are really interested in your product or service. So you're going to give something, a coupon is always great, a free webinar, different things like that, a PDF or a checklist, or for instance, go to foxsocialmedia.com and click on the free resources. And you'll see there, I have, I think, 5 lead magnets, and they're things like an ebook. I've got a list of post ideas. I've even got an AI, custom AI tool that can help with some things. Trying to think of what else is on there. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff on there. One, go look at it, just give you some ideas. Look at the 5 I have, and go get any of them you want. They're all free. Just go get them, and I hope they help you. So that's what that is called too when you create those things, is a lead magnet. So your lead magnet is bringing people into you. Now, what do you do with the lead magnet? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to have a button on your website. You are going to have this button above the fold. And what that means is before anyone scrolls. So if you type in your URL, hit enter, don't touch anything else. What you see there is above the fold. So you're going to have a button, and it may say, get your coupon here, or you have a travel site, free packing checklist for every type of destination. I don't know, something like that. And when they click on that, a form pops up. The form, once filled out, goes to your email marketing platform automatically. And that automatically triggers an email to be sent to that person. So you aren't doing anything. Your email, once you've completed the form and verified you test it, make sure it works, then all this is happening behind the scenes, which is also awesome. And every so often you can go into your platform and you can see, oh, I got 15 new leads today. Their leads is what they are. So that's the best way you can do it. You can use a pop-up on your website. You can use a separate landing page the button takes them to where the form is. I recommend the form. That's worked for my clients the best, I would say, for products. Now, if you have a very high value product, you are going to have to a free call, a free meeting, free webinar, something. But, just base it on what your client or customer needs to make the next decision in the buying process. And that's what you're going to do. The other thing you can do is if you ever go to a networking event or you ever speak at one or you go to a workshop or a seminar or client onboarding, anything like that, you can ask if people would like to receive this free lead magnet. If you ask people if they want to be on your email list, they're almost always going to say no. They see no value in it. So you have to provide something of value. And even if they get on the list and get the thing of value and click on subscribe, it's okay. They have taken the next step in the buying process. They may come back to you. They may see you online. That's why social media and your website are still important. They can easily come back again. And then they're going to trust you. You've followed what they asked you to do. And that would be to unsubscribe them. So how do you do email marketing? Well, it's a little bit different than just taking your Gmail and sending someone an email. You'll need an email marketing platform. And what that is it's a platform that both stores email addresses, sends emails, creates automated sequences, and is compliant with all the laws. The one that I recommend is MailChimp. And there is a link in the description and in the show notes. So go use that link. And this is very easy to use, very beginner friendly, and very inexpensive. If you want to do email marketing and have the sequences, which I'll just explain in a minute, it's going to cost, and you have a very small list to start out with. Under 500 people on your list, I believe, is $20 a month at the recording of this. And I will put a link down below to make sure you can get to that. I'm also going to take a look and see if there are any specials going on right now so that I can link directly to that. I'm not sure if they have anything right now, but I'll double check. So this MailChimp is super, super easy. And what you're going to do is you're going to create an account, and all you have to do with the names you already have, the email addresses you already have, is put them on a CSV file. You can upload all the names. These are people who've already given you permission to reach out to them, and you start there. The other thing that I love with this is that you can create email automations. And what that means is it's a series of people that come in at the first time, the first getting on your email list, and they will get a specific email. After that, number one, they'll get another specific email, and then another. So, for example, you are going to tell the email platform, it's like an if this, then that system. So you're going to say, if a new person comes in, then enroll them in this 3 or 5 sequence onboarding email sequence. And that means once that trigger set, person gets the first email. Then you're going to set spacing in between 1 and 2. And it depends on your industry. I think you'll be able to know that better than I will. It depends. I have different clients. My last client, we did a week, and then we did the next email. So they had a series of either 3 or 5 welcome emails, and they'll walk through things like, thank you so much for requesting this information. The PDF is attached, and that goes out. A week later, they get something saying, hey, did you have any questions? We're here to help. Do you need anything? Whatever. And I'm making this up. You do you and your industry. I'm just giving you an overview. And then the third one may say, hey, we're so grateful that you showed an interest in our company. Here's 20% off your first purchase, whatever. So once they've finished the email sequence, these new people, nothing else happens automatically. Then you're going to send out what's called broadcast emails. And that is you going into the email system, writing an email and saying, send to everyone, or send to a segment of the list. So let's say you sell sneakers and you sell shoes. You can tag these people. You might have one tagged shoes for all the shoe purchasers and one tagged sneakers for all the sneaker purchasers. Or there's so many other examples I can give you, but that's an example. Let's say you're a realtor and you have all these clients in there. Well, your one segment is people who want to buy and your other segment is people who want to rent. Now they're very different. So some emails you may say everybody. Some emails you may say, oh, it's a great listing. I'm sending it to these buyers only. I'm only saying to buyers. Here's a great rental. I'm only sending it to the people interested in renting. So these broadcast emails can go to everyone or a segment of your list. They can be scheduled too, but this is not a sequence. This is one thing. Okay, we're having a sale at our store. Hot dogs and sodas are 10% off on Thursday. You're sending that to everyone. That broadcast email is going to go to everybody. So I hope this is helpful. Basically, email marketing helps to both build trust, grow your email list, and grow your customer base. And if you have any questions about this at all, please feel free to leave it in the comments. And thank you so much for watching and for listening today. And don't forget to go to the link in the description or the show notes and get the link. Give it a try, see what you think. The last time I looked, they did have a free 14-day trial. And don't forget to go to the link in my show notes or the description of the video and click on the link for MailChimp and make sure you give that a try. It's very, very simple. Thank you again for watching and for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.